From San Francisco, California, this is the Rock and Roll Geek Show. This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Monday, December 17th, 2018, and it is 3:13 p.m. when I'm recording this episode. This is day 16 of the Dog Days of Advent, where I'm attempting to do a show a day all the way to Christmas. I'm going to open up my first beer here. I'm drinking Modelo today because I didn't have the money for a 30-pack of Tecate, and they didn't have any 12-packs or 18-packs of Tecate in the grocery store, so I bought Modelo. So I'm upgrading a little bit today. Let me take a first sip of beer today. And my mouth is dry. Oh, that's good. Tastes especially good when you haven't worked all day. I went into work today, and it poured down rain in San Francisco last night. I mean, it poured all night hard. So I got to the job today. It was an exterior job I was supposed to start, and it was too wet. So I came back home, relaxed all day, and here I am opening up a beer and doing a little update on the Rock and Roll Geek Show for Dog Days of Advent. This is a short one today because I did a long one I've been doing long episodes for the past few days, I think, and today's going to be a short one. Yesterday, pardon me, I'm already burping up this fine Modelo. Yesterday, I did a track-by-track, thanks to Stephen Mascord, I did a head-to-head matchup of Turbo Negro versus Hank Von Hill, and Hank Von Hill barely beat it out. A little spoiler alert. But I went down a rabbit hole for Hank Von Hill. Went down a Hank Von Hill rabbit hole and ended up watching the first show he did after he came out of his retirement in Stockholm, Sweden, and it was really good. And after I recorded the episode, I sat in my room and drank several beers and watched the entire performance. It was really good. He's coming here on the 30th of January. I'm going to try to go. Turbo Negro and people involved in Turbo Negro, their shows sell out fast here. I don't have the money to go. I don't have the money to buy the ticket right now, but hopefully they'll still have tickets come mid-January when I'm back to work. I only have one more job left before Christmas, and that is if it's not raining. If it continues to rain, I'm not going to have any jobs. And I had a very huge car repair bill that kind of broke me. All I can say is thank God I got that kayak when I did. I knew it. When you have a little bit of money, if there's a purchase you've been wanting to make, don't hold off, friends, because something's going to come up where you need that money. So get your toys first. That's a little tech tip from your friend Michael Butler. Don't tell your wife either. Tell her that you spent less than you did. All right. I would like to say happy birthday to the great Paul Rodgers, formerly of Free, Bad Company, and Queen, and The Firm. I saw Bad Company in the Jacksonville Coliseum in 1976, I think, on the Runnin' with the Pack tour. I wasn't sure if I saw him either on the Runnin' with the Pack tour or what was the album that came after that? Burning Sky? Wasn't sure, so I got on the Wikipedia and looked at list of events in the Jacksonville Coliseum, and sure enough, Bad Company came to the Jacksonville Coliseum on March 27th, 1976, and Kansas opened up. I distinctly remember Kansas opening for them, too. Kansas had a hit. That's when they had Carry On Wayward Son was all over the radio charts. I was one of these kids who thought I was supposed to like Kansas, so I was glad to see Kansas. But in all honesty, they were extremely boring. The violin player, I think his thing was he had frizzy curly hair, kind of like me, but he wore overalls and when he played the violin. And they were a prog band. They were considered prog back then. Bad Company, Running with the Pack. So Running with the Pack is my favorite Bad Company album. Happy birthday, Paul Rodgers. He was born in 1949, I think. What would that make him? 69 years old. Happy 69th birthday, Paul Rodgers. The lineup on that tour was the classic Bad Company lineup. Mick Ralphs on guitar, formerly of Mott the Hoople, of course. One of the great bass players of all time, Boz Burrell on bass. Did Boz Burrell play with anybody else besides? He was in King Crimson. Yeah, he was a bad-ass bass player. He played a bass, which I have. I don't have his exact bass, but I have a bass very similar to the one he played. It's an Ampeg AE12 or something like that. It has a violin-shaped headstock or a cello headstock, and the body is a really cool body with F-holes in it. I should probably pull that bass out. I haven't played that one in a long time. Joan Jett's bass player played one of those as well, the guy on the classic I Love Rock and Roll lineup. So Boz Burrell, the great Boz Burrell on bass. Listen to those bass parts. The guy's a monster bass player. And the great Simon Kirk on drums as well. So happy birthday to Paul Rodgers. And in honor of Paul Rodgers, I'm going to play a Bad Company tune from Running with the Pack. Run with the Pack, not Running with the Pack. Happy birthday, Paul Rodgers. This is the title song. I remember distinctly seeing them play this too. They brought a Fender Rhodes piano out to the middle of the stage. Paul Rodgers sat down at the Fender Rhodes. He was kind of great. He's considered one of the great all-time singers, if not the greatest. He's respected by everybody. A little bit boring on stage in a way, but there's no denying that he's got a great voice, and it's a classic rock and roll voice. Butlers play the Steeler for a Paul Rodgers tune, Steeler. That's free, I think, isn't it? I think so. Not one of my favorite songs to play, but Craig in the Butlers loves playing it, and I can take it or leave it because, it's kind of a sleeper, but the hippies like it, or the old rockers like it. So anyway, I'm going to play Running with the Pack. Remember Paul Rodgers in the middle of the stage. The roadies brought out a Fender Rhodes in the middle of the stage. He sat down and played this piano part. Thanks for listening, friends. I'll talk to you tomorrow with another Dog Days episode. Thanks for listening. Please keep the donations coming. You know what to do. Without your donations, this show would no longer exist. Here's Bad Company. I'll talk to you tomorrow, friends.
Leaving It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.